What's up, everybody? Ty Bartellum with another edition of Coach's Corner. This time I'm joined by my main man from the Austintown Fitch Falcons baseball team, Coach Joe Parrish, joining me today. Coach, how we doing, man?
I'm doing great, Ty. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. It's officially opening day at the time of this interview for baseball in the state of Ohio, too. And it was a great season this Falcons team came off of last year. I know you guys, co-holders of that AAC championship. Got to be a lot of excitement, I assume, coming into this season.
Yeah, we're pretty pumped up. We're ready to defend the title and get to work as soon as possible. And hopefully the rain holds off today and we get going.
Let's talk about this team a little bit, too. Some of the big names that are going to be featured on it this year and some of those names that you're going to be needing and relying on to try to get that AAC championship once again.
Yeah, so we have Carter Owens, who's our starting shortstop. He's, our top two guy, Mason Petridis, who we didn't have last year. He's the best pitcher, top couple pitchers in the area for sure. In my opinion, he's the best, but I'm a little biased. He was down all last year, and we were able to have a successful year without getting one pitch from him. So he's back, and he's healthy, and he's ready to roll. But we have a lot of guys that have to step up that are unproven with no varsity experience. So I'm a little concerned about our depth, but I have a lot of confidence in our guys. I think they'll do a good job for us.
I feel like that's been a constant for Fitch, too. And I mean, really for a long time, too. But especially in your tenure here, too, is just pitching is always one of the tops, too. It's what you guys kind of have your bread and butter, too, and what your wins are like. What's it like to have that wealth of pitching, too, and just being able to, when you have one of your top guys go down, have so many guys that could step up on the mound, too, and still deliver for you?
Well, every year, we hope a senior steps up. And last year we were blessed to have two, and John Darnley and Nick Cipriano that came in, and they really took control of our league games, and they threw every Monday, Tuesday for us. They threw complete games quite often, and they did a great job and stepped up. I do take a lot of pride in our pitching staff. I'm a pitching guy. That's what I did in college, so I do take a lot of pride in it, and we take it seriously, and our guys do a great job.
When you talk about your experience too, like you mentioned, being in the college realm too, how much has like the pitching, I guess, way you attack, method of attack, the way you prepare too for games, has that changed a lot too? Are you seeing more similarities or differences from when you were on the mound?
I try to stress to the kids, the best day is the day they take the mound. That's the easiest day. That's the day they get to go out there and have fun and showcase their talents. It's the days after that where they have to put in the work. And it's really hard to get kids that are 16, 17, 18 to buy into that, running and throwing and doing all that stuff in between starts to get their arm ready to come out the next time. And it's especially hard when they're our starting shortstop or our starting third baseman to get all that work in. So they have to buy into it, and our guys do a good job of that. And, they know that I did that in college, so they do a great job of listening, and hopefully it all pays out for them.
How much of a benefit do you see it being for you guys this season, having that All-American Conference Championship to kind of point to last year to showcase, hey, this is what we need to do to get it done, and there is a path to that?
Well, I feel like a couple years ago, our guys, we were in control of the league, and the way that it worked out for us, not making any excuses, but we were in first place, and the last week of the season, we had 4 league games in 4 days, and that really hurt us. 2 of those were Canfield. And we did good against those, and then we lost against Howland. Our pitching was a little depleted, and I think that hurt the guys, and they remember that feeling coming into last year. And then when Mason went down last year, a lot of people wrote us off. And like I said, those 2 seniors really stepped up, and we had a great senior class last year, as we do this year. And they did a great job for us, and we put a lot of things together last year, and we had a really successful season. It was a really fun season.
Let's talk about this conference. I know, though small with only 5 teams, it is mighty, and especially on the mound too. There's a lot of pitching talent that you foresee in this conference year in and year out. What do you see in this conference too, and what do you see being the tough competition throughout?
Listen, every team, I don't care who it is, every team comes when they play us and they battle. It doesn't matter if it's Warren, Holland, Boardman, or Canfield. They come and we get their A game and they get ours. And this is a good conference. There's a lot of good coaches. This year we have a couple new coaches in the conference, but it's always competitive, and a lot of times it comes down to the last game of the season, the last league game of the season, to see who comes out on top.
The great thing with you guys having a small conference, it allows you to have a bigger non-conference. And in the sport of baseball, Northeast Ohio, too, you don't have to go too far outside of this region or even really outside of this region at all to get great competition. What are some of the names on your non-conference slate that you're kind of excited to test yourself against?
I think this might be the toughest schedule we've ever had. It was done intentionally. We have, we play a couple federal league games. We played Canton Glen Oak, who knocked us out of the tournament last year. We play Green in the federal league, and when we go down to Myrtle Beach, two of the teams we play, one was the 5A champ, last year state champion, and there was another one that was a runner-up. So we have those teams on top of our league schedule. We open up a South Range, who's always really, really good. So we put together a non-league schedule this year. I think hopefully the idea behind it is it pays off come playoff time. We see better pitching.
When you talk about those type of games too, when you have those tough tests throughout the season, what are you looking for, and what is the coaching staff kind of looking for from your guys when you're facing opponents a little unfamiliar to you from years past?
I just want the guys to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. That's my famous quote I always say. I want them to hustle on and off. I'm an old school guy. My staff, we're all old school guys. So as long as we do those things and we have fun doing it, no matter what the outcome is, if they give me their best, I'm fine with that. And I think we'll be successful with the talent that we have, the baseball IQ that we have. I think we're going to be able to put those things together and hopefully make a run in the tournament.
You were mentioning your staff too. I want to give you that chance to kind of showcase your staff a little bit too, shout them out, and let us know who's going to be helping you out this year.
Well, varsity, I've had a great staff. I know it's cliche, but we are like a family. We are very close, and some of my best friends are on the staff. And the good thing is they're not afraid to speak their mind to me. They can question everything, and they have the freedom to do that with me. So I have Jake Corbett, who played at YSU. He's been my assistant for years. We've been friends for a long time. Joe Chepke, his name is renowned through Austintown. He's my assistant varsity. JV coaches are Frank Pugliese. The head JV coach is John Drummond, who's new to the staff, probably about 4 or 5 years. We're lucky to have him. High baseball IQ. And Joe's son, little Joey, who played for me, is our pitching coach down below, and he does an awesome job. And those guys, a couple of those guys are volunteers, and so they do this for free because they love Austintown baseball, and that means a lot to me. So I have a great staff. They're very, very loyal, and we're very close, and I'm just so blessed to have them.
I mean, you mentioned plenty of names on those staff too that I've heard throughout Austintown Fitch baseball too, and throughout the years too. So, what does that mean to you too? I know you mentioned that the family atmosphere, but what does it mean to you to have so many people that were alumni, so many people that played for the program that care a little bit extra about the success of it and it doing well?
When I took over as head coach, that's the one thing that stood out to me was the amount of people that reached out to me every single season, especially in February, getting ready. How loyal the alumni are to this program, and I highly respect what Coach Coppola did. He's the godfather of Fitch baseball, and I say that every single year. We wear his name on the back of our hats. He did so much for me, allowing me to be part of this program. I didn't know at the time that I'd be in it for over 30 years, but the amount of kids that I've been able to coach and meet and have relationships with, I've just been truly blessed over the years to be able to do this for such a long time.
So from the youth playing days to the college playing days to 30 years of coaching, what's kept you in love with the sport and coming back each and every year?
I guess my father. Growing up, with my father, everything was baseball. From being 2-3 years old, he'd take me to the field. We'd play every single day. I just fell in love with the game, and I worked really hard at it. Sometimes I didn't have a choice. He made me, but it all paid off. And I just want to, pass that down to kids that came through. And it's really good for me to see kids that played for me, played for Coach Ford or Coach Coppola, wanting to come back and be a part of the program. That means a lot. So like Fitch baseball is a big deal around here. I know it's a football school. I get that. I understand that. But we do have a strong alumni here in the baseball program as well.
So with all the knowledge you have and all the years in coaching you've been able to experience too, and have that experience in your back pocket, what would Coach Paris tell Joe Paris, the college pitcher, then about baseball too, and some advice you maybe give him?
Well, work harder in between starts. I wish I would have done that a little bit better in college. Maybe studied a little bit harder, to be truthful with you, but love the game each and every day. And I think back in my college days, I think I took it for granted. Sometimes I took my ability for granted, and I didn't put as much work in as I wanted to. So if I could go back, I think I'd be a better student first and foremost, but I think I would put a little bit more work into it than I did and take advantage of those 5 years or 4 years. I played 5. I redshirted, but those 5 years went so fast. And now I have the ability to pass that knowledge that I've gained over the years from other coaches or, coaches that I went, I've been blessed to, I actually played for Coach Coppola, and then I was able to coach with him for a couple of years before he retired. And then Coach Ford was like a second father to me. We were together for 18 years, and I learned so much about being a father, being a husband, and being a baseball coach from him. I can never repay him for that.
You mentioned those things too, and what you learn about on the life side of things.
Yes.
What are some of the biggest lessons you feel like the sport of baseball is able to teach you in life too, and that you try to pass on to the kids too, to kind of teach them life lessons?
Discipline, responsibility. I think those are the two things. When you have to be somewhere every single day and you're held accountable by a coach or somebody like that, that's the biggest thing. I think the playing the game and practicing, that's the fun stuff. But when you have to be somewhere and you have responsibilities and you have accountability, I think that's what kids take the most and use later on in their lives.
As we gear up for the first pitch too, tell us a little bit about the identity you foresee from this team this year. I know it's a little early and that identity very well could change over the course of the season.
Yeah.
But what do you kind of foresee the identity? What are the strengths you guys are going to play to get your wins?
We're going to play hard. There's no question about that. They don't have a choice. I demand that from them. We're going to play hard. We're going to come out and we're going to give everything we have between the white lines each and every day for 2 to 3 hours. I think we have a very close-knit team. We have some guys that are new to we have a lot of seniors coming back, but, we do have some spots that I'm still trying to iron out, and we're going to be platooning in certain spots, and those spots have to be won over the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, Monday, we're right in league. So, other than a couple scrimmages that we have, there's not much time to see new guys, what they could do. So I'm just relying on our JV coaches prepared them very well. And so hopefully they're able to come in and help the team. But I think it's really, I know it's another cliche, but I think it's going to be a truly team effort with about 15 guys rotating in and out of different spots in the field. And we have like 3 or 4 guys that are my favorite, pitcher-only guys. So they come in every day and they just worry about getting their work in, and they don't have to worry about playing the field or hitting. They just come in and do what they got to do to get themselves ready to throw for me.
You always got to love a wealth of pitching too. That's always
Absolutely.
That helps you out a little bit. Coach, I also want to just ask before I let you go too, just because of the Myrtle Beach trip this year and when it's scheduled to, do you see this as a benefit, or does this, do you think this hinders you? Because I know last year it started a whole month earlier, if I'm not mistaken too. So we're starting towards end of April now, if I'm not mistaken, this year.
Yeah. If with the Myrtle Beach trip, it started, before we had turf, we want to go early when Myrtle Beach is early in the season because we can get down there and we play games. But it was such a great experience for the kids. We started doing it every single year. And then when we got turf, it was like, is it worth it? Fundraising all that money to go down there. The parents enjoy it. The kids enjoy it. It is team building. It builds team chemistry. For all the years we went down there, this is the year where we probably could have skipped it because it's so late, and we're hopefully going to get good weather here. But, the senior class, some of my seniors have not had a chance to go down there yet. And so I wanted them to experience it. And our boosters, they're wonderful. They bought in and they're doing all the work behind the scenes fundraising, and our parents do, the fundraising. And so we go down there and the boys have fun. And I'm glad we're going down this year now that I saw our schedule. Because like I said, we're facing the team that won the state last year. We're facing another team that was runner-up. Last year, we faced a kid that threw a perfect game against us. He didn't give up a run for like 6 weeks. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got a full ride to West Carolina. So we go down there and we see a wealth of really good pitching, and hopefully that prepares us for the tournament.
I always love to see the team bonding and everything that happens too, and it feels like the teams become closer, and you see a more close-knit team after those trips. Before I let you go, Coach, I want to give you that chance to just pitch the team to the community, let them know why they need to get out there, support this team this year, and then catch them on the diamond.
Well, if you want to see a team that comes out and plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, this is the team you want to come watch. So, we'll put on hopefully a good show for you, and I promise we'll give everything we have.
I love that Austintown community. I know they love to get out there and support their teams too. Make sure you catch Joe Paris and all the Falcons on the diamond this year too on your sports network. Coach, best of luck this season. We'll be seeing you out there real soon.
Thanks so much for your time, Ty. I appreciate it, buddy.